He says he wants officers to see every day as a chance to make a difference in the community. We'll catch up with him. Plus, winter driving conditions are here, slick roads and slower travel, but with the bulk of the snow hitting the area near the Blue Mountains, officials say to prepare for the worst case, should you have to wait it out. We'll talk how much snow we're expecting as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, speaking of snow we're expecting, please tell me the worst of it's already past us at this point.
Yeah, the worst of that snow, the heaviest of the snow, I should say, is past us. Now, yesterday, talking about the Blue Mountains, there was some closures over I-84 because that snow was falling so fast and heavy. Now, as we wake up in the Tri-Cities this morning, we certainly didn't see as much snow as communities adjacent to the Blue Mountains did, but we did see a little bit of snow, about a half an inch or so, I would say, in most places in the Tri-Cities. So be mindful of the slippery roadways. You can certainly see those clouds overhead this morning. It is 25 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities under those mostly cloudy skies. Now the snow is already wreaking havoc on some area school districts. We have one school closure. Helix is closed. Helix being one of those schools adjacent to the Blue Mountains. It wouldn't surprise me if we get more closures as we go throughout the course of the morning. And then we also have a number of school delays already as well. Ione School District, Morrow County School Districts, and Pilot Rock School Districts all under 3-hour delays, with Kings Point Christian at a 2-hour delay. Now, of course, if we get any more closures or delays into our newsroom, I will update these lists accordingly. I will have your full extended forecast also coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima County. A Toppenish man accused of causing a drunk driving crash that killed a Seattle man and injured several others is still being held in the Yakima County Jail. The man appeared in court yesterday for that crash, which happened early last Thursday morning at South 16th and West Washington Avenues. The driver of the vehicle that he hit was killed, and passengers in both vehicles were injured. At yesterday's hearing, the judge set his bail at $250,000. And a man is in custody after a foot chase with police. Pasco police shared this footage of Sergeant Ron Selton's body cam as he and other officers chased after the suspect Thursday evening. Once the man was arrested, he was taken to the Franklin County Jail on several warrants, including assault, domestic violence, and additional charges for trying to flee from officers. And Sean Boyle is officially the chief of police at the Yakima Police Department. Chief Boyle served 5 years in the military and then started a job at the Yakima County Jail. Nearly 30 years later, he's moved up to the chief. KIMA's John Franklin spoke to Chief Boyle about his promotion.
Well, it's kind of humbling and an interesting experience. It's kind of been a change when I walked through the doors in 1996. I was hired in the jail, and I never thought. My main goal was to become a commissioned police officer, never knowing that I'd sit in the position of the chief at some almost 30 years later. So it's kind of humbling, and it's kind of a great experience to have the opportunity to lead the great men and women of the Yakima Police Department.
Chief Sean Boyle has risen through the ranks at the YPD from officer to chief, and thanks all of the people who helped mentor him throughout the decades.
Nobody's self-made. I was given kind of the right place, the right time, and had the opportunity to learn from them and then develop my own style of leadership. And I hope that when I do move on at the end of my career, that there's someone that's sitting from the Yakima Police Department taking this position on then.
As chief, Boyle is serving not just the city of Yakima, but the department as well.
I think the big thing is making sure that the men and women here at the department have what they need to be successful.
He has high expectations for those in his department and wants to make sure that his young officers learn how to be the best they can at their job.
I think every day they want to go out and make a difference, that they're respectful to the people that they serve in the community, that they're honest, and they do the best they can every day to help solve the problems, no matter what kind of problem it is, whether it's a violent crime or they're following up on a theft or just helping a motorist on the side of the road. I think that every day they should want to go out and perform their duties to the best of their abilities and project well for our agency as well as our city as a whole.
For Action News, I'm John Franklin.
KIMA's John Franklin, thank you. And Boyle officially became the chief on February 1st, but was sworn in last night at the Yakima City Council meeting. If you live in Kittitas County, you have a choice to voice your opinion on the potential impacts of regulations for short-term rentals. The survey asks questions like, what do you think about short-term rentals in the community? If you believe they reduce the availability of affordable housing in the area, and if you believe the rentals affect a sense of community in your neighborhood. Now, the survey has 22 questions and shouldn't take too long to complete. If you'd like to participate in the survey, you can find a link up on our website, KIMATV.com. Over a decade in the making, the Vista Field area in Kennewick is continuing to grow. Originally an airstrip in the central Kennewick area, the land has been repurposed by the Port of Kennewick to become a community hub. This week, the second business to officially buy land at the site, a bridal shop, was announced.
We're starting with hospitality, we've got some retail, we've got some medical uses coming, but this is all in a compact environment. So we're trying to be a little more walkable, more pedestrian friendly.
A Japanese restaurant was the first business to break ground this fall. Construction on the bridal shop is expected to begin in the coming months. And switching gears, the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter is now the Tri-Cities Animal Services, a new title to go along with their new chapter in their modern facility. Members of the public were welcome at a ribbon cutting yesterday at the new building right across from their former location in Pasco. The new facility is just over 9,600 square feet and is equipped with 75 dog kennels, 57 cat kennels, and even a veterinary office and surgical suite. Managers say the new title matches their mission.
We're not just sheltering the homeless animals, we also provide service of animal control as well. So we're going out there and we're actually investigating complaints, picking up lost animals, stray animals, investigating welfare checks on animal cruelty and whatnot. It's more of a service that we provide for the community rather than just a sheltering service.
Zegan says they should be fully up and running in the next couple of weeks, so be sure to stop by. And finally, with winter weather conditions in our region, it's important to know how it could impact your travel. Leaders from the Oregon Department of Transportation say their highest priority is along Interstate 84, where they've already been clearing and treating with salt over the last couple of days. Having a phone charger, blankets, food, and water is always a good idea should you need to pull over or wait. As for driving tips, they ask you to slow down and increase your following distance.
We caution drivers to avoid relying solely on GPS navigation during winter weather. We've had some issues in the past where people follow their GPS kind of blindly and just ignore the conditions around them and they get stuck. So we want to make sure that people are aware of that.
Mole says you should always check TripCheck for road conditions before traveling. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, that snow is already, affecting us here in the Tri-City area with school closures, even the Yakima area with school closures. But the newest one just came through the wire moments ago, right?
Yeah, and it's a school delay. I want to make that apparent. School delay. The only closure we have so far is the Helix School District, which is in Umatilla County, but we do have a new delay, a big one. That is the Pasco School District under a 2-hour delay this morning. So please be mindful of that. Again, the Pasco School District now under a 2-hour delay. Pasco joins Kings Point, Christian, Pilot Rock, Morrow County, and Ione, all with delays. Now, as we look at what you can expect for today, high temperatures in the Tri-Cities will near 40 degrees, so even the little bit of snow we saw last night will melt this afternoon. Elsewhere, there is going to be a possibility of maybe some lingering snow showers through the day, although additional snow accumulations will stay minimal. We'll talk more about your weather forecast coming up.